Okay, good morning or good evening whenever you're watching this. I'm Yudi Pross with YP Journeys. I'm here today with my colleague Sarah Yates from Azamara Cruises. We're going to talk about Azamara in general, and we're also going to talk about our two groups that we have for 2027, the New Zealand intensive in January and the Scotland intensive in August. I'm going to let Sarah take over because she is the Azamara guru, although I was on for 15 nights, so I know a little bit. But let's get started. And then if you have questions after you watch this, please feel free to reach out to me. Take it away,
Woo!
Sarah.
Thank you. I'm so excited. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen really quick. But yes, we are Azamara Cruises. I'm Azamara Cruises. We are small ship experiences. We get people where they want to be and we stay there the absolute longest. So I'm super excited to be sharing these two groups. And I'm really excited for you to also be sharing your feedback because you just did an incredible voyage with us over in Japan. So I'm so excited that you're also able to share your knowledge on who we are. But yes, my name is Sarah. I'm one of the BDMs here at Azamara Cruises, and I cover all of Florida and Puerto Rico. I've been in the industry for 15 years. I used to work on ships myself, and now I'm all the back end side at headquarters. So it truly is a wonderful, wonderful industry to be in. Did you want to say anything else about yourself and your agency?
Well, I'm trying to focus on cruising and exotic destinations. So New Zealand, I mean, how many people go there, right? And Scotland may not seem exotic, but if you think about cruising and all the Caribbean cruises that a lot of people do, we're not doing that right now. I'm happy to help with that, but let's go somewhere else. Let's go to these places and learn about the places. That's my focus right now.
I love that. I mean, adventure is life, in my opinion, and you just experience everything while you can. So, I want to show you all a video because as Amara, we're known to just stay the longest in port, hands down. But we were the creators of that, the pioneers of that, the immersive destinations within the cultures because we sail all over the world. But we just elevated what we already did and what we excelled at. We took that to the next level. So we called it the Destination Immersion Elevated Program. So I want to show you this video. I love that. A greater journey, a deeper story. That's what we're talking about. Now, for those of you who have no idea what Azamara is or have already sailed on Azamara, what does this really mean for us? What did we change as a company? Well, again, we're already a global cruise line. So we added an 86 brand new ports starting this year, going all the way into 2027. I see you like shaking your head. So you didn't know that either. And it makes me so happy. So we added in 86 brand new ports. We're going to talk about As Amazing Evenings, and she's also going to share her experience that she just had. But we added in 34 brand new As Amazing Evenings. We took chefs from all over the world. We brought them on our ship. They taught our chefs 150 brand new authentic dishes that are rotating on our ships now. We're doing stories under the stars with historian speakers. So we really just took everything we did to the next level. But we are known, as I mentioned earlier, for staying the longest in port. You're not going to be rushing back to the ship at 5 in the afternoon. You're really going to be rushing, not even rushing, you're going to be walking back to the ship at 10, 11 o'clock at night, because that's what we do, late night departures, overnight stays. And now we're doing double overnight stays. So if you want to get, I don't know, a hotel in Bordeaux or a hotel in Cape Town, South Africa, middle of our cruise, because it's a double overnight stay, or somewhere in Scotland, you can do that. And make it into not only just a cruise experience, but also a land experience. And then country intensives, these two voyages that we're going to talk about, those are intensive voyages. We are so excited that these two groups are doing that because these itineraries are really, really incredible. We focus just on that one country. the Japan voyage that you did, was that a intensive?
Yes. Yes, that was the best itinerary I've ever seen for Japan. And as a Japan specialist, that was important to me. So my Japanese mom, my Japanese uncle, they also went on the cruise and visited places that they've never been. And it was amazing.
Really?
Yes.
Wow, that's really cool. I did not know that part. So that's awesome.
Yes.
So the next screen I want to show you is um, us, because we are known to be an entry-level luxury brand. We're not ultra luxury, but we are known to do a lot of exclusivity with what we offer as a product. And so late nights and overnights is one of these huge factors for us. These pictures are real pictures. They're not AI generated or Photoshop. Like this is where our ships dock to really get you where you want to be, cutting out transportations of bus rides or taxi rides. So this screen here shows you all of our near competitors in this wonderful industry, and that we really do take ownership of spending the most time in port. We're doing the most late night departures. We're doing the most overnight and late night combinations. So we're super proud of, as a company, to be able to offer this to our guests. Now for the inclusions, this is my favorite part, and you can talk a lot on this because you recently just got off our ships. So what's always included with us? As I mentioned, we're small ships. We're only 700 people, so you're not like little sardines squished on a ship. But we have 5 different venues. So when you were on our ship, I'm pretty sure it was almost a sold out ship because Japan's one of our more popular itineraries that we do. How did you feel on board? Did you feel that there were 700 people?
Not at all. And several people in my group mentioned the same thing. They said, "Wow, it doesn't feel like it's crowded." And it was lovely. There were like sometimes we'd go on the patio grill for dinner and there would be only one or two couples there. One night we all met there for dinner and we were the biggest, like we were it. And it was just awesome. We never felt squished in. Even we had one sea day and I went down and we were waiting to talk to the excursion people. And I was sitting there and then an origami class started. And so I was like, okay, here we go. And so I just joined the class and I happened to have the little box that I made.
Oh my God, I love that.
So, but it wasn't that crowded. I mean, yes, everyone was in there, but we weren't crammed in like sardines or anything like that. And I never felt like that. Even on the white night, when everybody or most people were on the pool deck having that fabulous buffet, it was not overly crowded. So, hats off to you guys. It was awesome.
I love that you said that because when we were designing, because we took over ships, the Renaissance line, and we redid all of it. Everything inside is brand new, and we strategically built lounges, and so many of the lounges just for that reason, so people don't feel like they're on top of each other. They have their own space, but we also made it to where they're going to make friends on board too, because I feel like 700 people is a really nice number to be. So we have 5 different dining restaurants. Plus, we have room service, beer, wine, spirits all day, every day, not just during your dinner or your cocktail hour. And I'm really talking about wines and beers and coffees and soft drinks. Now, do we have an upgraded beverage package? Yes, absolutely we do. For someone who just wants a little bit more of a higher tier bottle, we absolutely offer that. But what we offer in our complimentary drinks, there's such a huge range. Like I really feel like you're not going without when you're sailing with us. And then our As Amazing Evenings, our white nights, that's included as well. We do have self-service laundry on board, which I find is a really nice perk to have, especially if you're doing longer voyages. You don't have to travel with, I don't know, 2 suitcases. We do have butlers and crew that can do it as well on board. But if you just wanted to go down, use our machines, we supply everything for you. That's there for you. And then tips and gratuities, that's included for you. So that's what you're really getting with Azamara. That's a value of $4,500 in inclusions with us. Now, for the As Amazing Evenings, I'm going to let you talk about this. But before you dive into your experience, I do just want to let everyone know that As Amazing Evenings is basically an elevated and included tour that we put on for our guests. We take everyone off the ship. And if they're sailing through, let's say, Spain, we take them to a flamenco show. If they're over in Europe, they're going to go to the symphony or the opera. It's a truly amazing experience. The locals get involved. But since Yuri just did a Japan voyage. I really want you to explain how your experience was for the As Amazing Evening.
Yes, it was it was awesome. I didn't know what to expect. Our evening was actually in Busan, South Korea. So I'm not really familiar with Korea. And so I was interested to see what they did. The logistics of this evening, I mean, it's incredible. They bussed all of us, all 700 of us, plus a bunch of crew, to this event conference center or whatever. It was an outdoor, kind of like an arena. I forget what they call it. But anyway, they had traditional music playing live when we got there. They had some drinks that they were handing out, as everyone got seated. The crew were there handing out blankets in case we got cold, which I thought was so nice because people like my little mom, she's always cold. So we all had blankets. And then the evening just progressed. It was all cultural. The the costumes were beautiful, colorful. The singing was great. The dancing was great. And then they ended with a taekwondo presentation by kids. And it was just fun to see. They were all totally into it, doing their jumps and kicks and whatnot. And it was just a very nice evening. And then when we got back, because it was kind of during the dinner hour, they did have early dinner for us beforehand. But then if you needed a little snack or you needed second dinner, they had the Windows Cafe was open, the buffet. And so we had second dinner because why not? You're on a cruise. But it was awesome. I highly recommend attending the Oz Amazing evenings.
I love that. Let's go ahead and show a quick video of what some of these look like. So I love that, but what I love even more as well is our white nights that we have on board our ship. Now, you're not going to know which night these actually land on because the captain wants to make sure the weather's the best, the port's the best, the view's the best. He just wants it to be the best night on board. And what the white night is, of course, wear your white clothes. There's an entire huge, massive buffet set up. I mean, they probably have every single food under the sun set up there. They have an entire dessert station. The captain comes out, senior officers come out, and they're not just there standing around. They're serving food. They're making speeches. They're getting involved. Our production team comes out. They're singing songs all night long. The crew, our 400 crew members come out. They're all getting acknowledged. It is just a huge celebration, basically, of life on the white nights. So if you don't mind sharing your experience for the white night.
Yes, it was awesome. Our white night was at Hiroshima, and coincidentally, it was my uncle's 85th birthday.
Nice.
So I had asked for a small cake for him, unbeknownst to him, and they brought it out. And this was after an amazing, I mean, incredible buffet. They were handing out lobster and steak and shrimp, and there was sushi. And I mean, there was so much food, I could not try everything. And then the dessert table, I was trying to take pictures and I thought, pictures aren't going to do this justice. So I took a video because that's how plentiful the desserts were. And everything was delicious. And the music was playing, and after dinner, the dancing started. Apparently that was my uncle's best birthday. So that was it was heartwarming to me to hear that. And he just had a great time. And even if it hadn't been his birthday, I think everybody just had a lot of fun. It wasn't a crazy party vibe, but it was definitely a celebration night. It was awesome.
Love that so much. I'm so happy it was his birthday that night. It just lined up so perfectly.
Yeah.
So for Azamara, we are a small but mighty fleet here. We have 4 ships. They're all identical, roughly around 700 people, 400 crew. They are making sure we're constantly investing into our own product as well. So as you see there, they went into a last dry dock last year. They're going to another little wet dock this year because, again, we want to make sure our ships are beautiful and up and running as they should be. But I do want to show you what the inside of our ships look like. They're stunning inside. They really are beautiful. I know that most of the rooms in these two groups are going to be veranda, which is our standard balconies, ocean views, mixture of interiors in there. But if someone does want to do a suite, we have 4 different category suites. This is our spa suite. This is our mid-tier suite. It's actually our most popular suite we have on board because if you look at the bathroom photo, it has its own jacuzzi attached to it. So it's probably why it's the most popular. There's only 2 on board the ships. But if you do want suites, of course, we have them. The first picture here, we have our 2 top suites, which is the owner suite and the ocean suite. They have a separate living space from the bedroom area, a huge wraparound balcony as well. But then, of course, the veranda is the ocean views. They're beautiful inside. It has that warm, comfy, welcome home feeling to it. And that's the theme throughout our entire ship as well. It's just comfortable. You're feeling like you're just at home, but you're on a ship in the middle of the ocean across country. Now, the voyage highlights. These are the 2 voyages that she has, and this is what's going to get you all really, really excited because it's such a good itinerary. The first one that we're going to talk about is the 16-nighter over in New Zealand and Australia. When I worked on ships, I was on another line, and I spent 6 months over in Australia, New Zealand, Fiji area, and it was beautiful. I had such the best time. Koalas, kangaroos, seeing all these churches and monumental buildings. It was honestly, I would go back in a heartbeat and spend another 6 months there. That's how much I absolutely love this region. As you see here, you're getting a few ports that are more than 10 hours in those destinations. That's really unheard of to be spending more than 10 hours in those ports of call. You're having a beautiful overnight as well in Tasmania, which is really cool. But I'm going to pass it over and have you talk about it.
Um, so I haven't been there yet, and that's kind of why I picked this itinerary. And my husband's been to Australia, but we haven't been to New Zealand. He's a bit of a Lord of the Rings fan, so he's already
Nice.
told me if there's any of those kind of themed excursions, we're doing them. And I will. I'm not the fan, but everybody else in my family is. But it's okay. I'll go because the scenery is gorgeous. And if there's anything Hobbit related or whatever, I'll go. But I think a lot of people shy away from going to New Zealand and Australia because it's so far. So this makes sense. Let's do it and go and be there for 2 weeks, because then you're not like rushing, like it took me half a week to get there, half a week to get back. I'm only there for a week. It's not like that. So I think this makes a lot of sense. If you're going to go, let's go and do it big. So that's why I picked this. And the pricing is amazing. And I mean, Azamara is amazing. So why not?
I love that. And I love how you said if you're going to go across country, then do it and spend time there because yeah, it is a very long flight. We all know that. Fly in a couple days early, do a pre-experience, get a hotel, have your body adjust to the time difference and the flight and the jet lag, and then have the best 16 nights on board. When you said excursions, the excursions on our website are not available as of just yet because it is a 2027 voyage. It will be released though, because what we just launched is you can start booking excursions anywhere from 12 to 18 months in advance now on our website, on managing your booking. So that is a huge thing for us. So very, very soon it will be available for booking your excursions. But this is a really important slide as well. Gives you some details on where obviously your embarkation ports are, your debarkations, the port addresses of where the ship will be at so you can get there. But I mean, please work with her on the transfers, getting you to and from the ship, any pre or post experiences. She knows this inside and out. She'll be able to help you with it. When you are leaving though, if you are not doing a post experience, if you're not staying a little bit longer in Sydney, make sure that your flight is after 12 p.m. That's kind of the rule of thumb in this industry, is always flying out after 12 because you never know if the ship is delayed for weather purposes or if there's, I don't know, some sort of accident on the way to the airport and you're stuck in traffic. So just make sure your flight is always after 12. And we do provide emergency travel numbers as well, just in case you need to get a hold of someone immediately. We do have a hotline. It's there for you on the screen. Take a screenshot, write it down for you. Also, the email for it as well. And then going into the Scotland intensive. Oh, I have not been to Scotland. It's on my bucket list. I am definitely going to go sometime soon. But this Scotland intensive itinerary, look at these overnights. You're getting 2 overnights. You're getting 1, 2, 3, 4 extended destination days with over 10 hours in port. You're getting late night departures. This could not be a more perfect itinerary.
I agree. We did a British Isles cruise a couple years ago, but we only stopped for, a short day on a couple of places. So, and we didn't get to go to Edinburgh because it was the Queen's funeral that day. So they had to divert and go somewhere else. So now I'm glad that we get to go there and stay overnight and see all the things. And then, Scotland is the whiskey capital. So John's very excited about that. And we'll be doing all the whiskey things that we can. And you're welcome to join us. I can be the designated non-drunk person.
Did he
But
pick these voyages because you're talking about whiskey and then also the Australia stuff that he was into? So I feel like he picked these voyages and you just went along with it.
no, well, he's my travel buddy, so I have to keep him happy too. But I don't mind
love
going to
that.
Scotland. I mean, I don't mind listening to the Scottish brogue. Whoever wants to talk to me, they can talk to me all day long.
I love that. Another accent's amazing. But just like we did for the other voyage, these are the port informations for the addresses and obviously the transfers. Travel emergency numbers are the same because you're still going to Azamara, but take a screenshot of this as well so that you know where the port addresses are for these beautiful ports of call in Denmark. And then this is like a little few images I stole from where you're going to be sailing throughout for both voyages. They're incredible. They're beautiful. It's going to be such a fun experience. But I just want to thank you so much for allowing me to spend this time with you and talk about who Azamara is. And I'll pass it back over to you.
Thank you so much, Sarah. This is a lot of information, and I'm glad that we're recording this so people can watch it and then they can rewatch it if they need to. But it's got a lot of details and it talks about, how awesome Azamara is. And I just enjoy working with you all. And I think they're both going to be great trips. So I invite everybody to come and join us.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much. I will go ahead and end it from here, but pleasure working with you.
Thank you so much.